You take a look at the Grossmont League standings as they stand right now. Grossmont is 3-0-1 in the league play. They have scored 8 goals and allowed 2. West Hills is 2-1-1. They are 8-5 as far as goals scored and goals allowed. Valhalla is in third place. They're 2-2, and they've scored 6 and allowed 8. Granite Hills also 2-2. They've scored 7 and allowed 6. Helix is in fifth place. They are 1-3. They've scored 2 and allowed 7. And Steele Canyon is 1-3. They've scored 8 and allowed 11. Steele Canyon 5-10-3 coming into this match, and the Foothillers are 8-6-1 coming into this match. Let's get the Division II standings. Mission Bay is 9-1-2. Central is 9-3-1. Bonita Vista from San Diego is 12-4-2. Helix, also from San Diego, is 10-4-0. Escondido Charter from San Diego, 6-2-3. Santana is 9-4-2. The Foothillers will be playing them in a couple of weeks. Olympian, who they lost to, 9-6-4, is in 7th place. 8th place is Westview High School. They are 7-5-3. Grossmont, of course, is 8-6-1. Valhalla, 6-5-1, whom they just beat. And the last 10 are Patrick Henry. They're ranked 11th. 12th is San Diego Academy. 13th is Fallbrook. 14th is Oceanside. 15th is Christian High. Francis Parker is 16th. 17th is Mission Vista. 18th is Mount Carmel. 19th is San Pasqual. And 20th is University City. The games tonight is Helix at Granite Hills and Valhalla at West Hills. And a goal kick all the way down. It gets by Smingy, and Zeldin not able to run it down. As Ashlyn Dean upfield. Marissa Angarola with the soccer ball. Sends a ball whizzing by Lopez. She wasn't able to get it. Espinal not able to get onto that one, but Mia Foster does for the Foothillers now. She's into the area now, and it's into the corner and sent out of play. 0-0 your score. Just the opening minutes of this match here at Jack Mashin Stadium in El Cajon, down the street from La Mesa. The throw-in by the Cougars. Intercepted. And then now they gain possession. Got one by the Foothillers. Emmy Cervantes, her pass was intercepted back the other way. The Foothillers have to retreat as Zeldin up front now tries to get onto the soccer ball, but instead Smingy is able to get onto it and send it upfield. Angarola. And Zeldin keeps it in play from Espinal. Her pass over to Zeldin, and no foul called on the play. 50-50 collision there. Ashlyn Dean now drives it to the central off of Lopez. Angarola to the near side to Maddie Mayo, and Maddie Mayo couldn't continue on with it. So the Cougars have it. Angelina Espinal dropping it back. All the way back to Cordes. A strike by Scarlett. And then Herndon along the right flank. But an errant touch and a throw in now. Aguilera. Foster into some space. Not able to get Cervantes to run onto it, but coming up from the back now. And that is the talented junior, Kira Smingy, and that ball is out of play. So it'll be a throw-in now for Steele Canyon. Down the left flank, they try to go, and the Foothillers not able to allow them to go any further. Smingy back to Ford. Victoria Ford now on the soccer ball. Sends it forward, but there was a foul on the play on the back of Victoria Ford, so it's a free kick. So free kick for the Foothillers. The first one of the match. Maddie Mayo drives it into the 18 and coming off her line is Jaggard. Cassandra Jaggard will get it going. The Cougars able to win big the first time these two teams played each other. And the Foothillers trying to see if they can equal it up for this season. They will not play a third time as they are in different divisions in girls varsity soccer. Foul is called, and Cordes will get it started with the first free kick. Steele Canyon down the right flank. Maddie Mayo on the intercept. Cotter sending it up in the air. Cotter now finds that there's going to be a free kick now for the Grossmont Foothillers now. Setting it up is Lopez, and Ford more than likely will take it. They have a lot of players on the Charlie Cleves sidelines. A lot of them get into the match. And there's some that are just available in case of injury. But they're on the varsity squad. Offsides call, and the first offsides for Steele Canyon. Smingy, an interception from the back by Edwards. Amelia Hahn chasing it down. Hahn goes after it again and wins that soccer ball, but could not keep it in the field of play. Aguilera. Lopez just missed her teammate in the space, but Smingy runs onto it. Kira Smingy continues on. Smingy now into the 6-yard box for a shot, and the save by Jagger. A little miscue there by Jaggard, but she was able to clean it up and all the way upfield for Dean. Intercepted upfield now for Olivia Zeldin, the senior. She goes down. They say play on. To the near side, it goes out of play. In its 0-0 affair, Steele Canyon and Grossmont High. Lopez gave it up and almost gave a great chance for the Cougars to go back upfield. But Lopez gets it now and sends it out wide. Trying to track it down is Alexa Gonzalez, and his ball is out of play. So it's a throw-in out of their own deep bag. The Cougars. Now they get to gain some real estate down the right flank. They get it to Scarlett, and Scarlett sending it up forward. Mia Foster goes down, but play on. Kira Smingy Mayo finds space to Lopez. Not able to hold on to it. Espinal trying to control it. Cannot. Emi Cervantes. Cervantes still on the soccer ball. Cervantes knocked down. And that ball is going to be sent over top of frame. Been some collisions in this match, but very few calls so far here in the first half. Maybe in the first half, sometimes the refs will allow them to play, and then things change as the match goes on. Zeldin tried to heel pass it. Her teammate wasn't there. Zeldin goes after it again and can't secure it, and now Lopez tries to go after Foster tries to go after it, and it turns out to be a foul on Mia Foster. So it's going to be a free kick now for the Cougars of Steele Canyon. Savannah Thompson will move it back to the spot and get it going. Thompson down the central off the head of Foster. Her teammate Zeldin goes down. No call on the play. Sent off to the left by Ashlyn Dean. And it's knocked out of play. Here's Mia Foster. Gonzalez taken away momentarily, but then the Foothillers regain it back. Mayo on the move. Mayo now trying to pass it forward, but it's blocked. Nicely done that time by Cotter, the senior. All the way back to Jaggard. Amelia Hahn. Hahn goes down. No call on the play. To the near side, Danielle Dees, who's in the match. Dees still on the soccer ball. Dees trying to go forward, but she was bumped that time by Zeldin. But Maddie Mayo, after the pass, not able to track it down and keep it in play. Still 0-0 your score here in the first half. Still plenty of time for both teams. So it'll be a throw-in. Steele Canyon. Savannah Thompson on the soccer ball. Gets it going over to Zeldin in space, but nicely done defending by Mia Foster. Foster from distance and didn't get a good strike on the soccer ball. Sends it off to the right. Steele Canyon with a very tough record, but they play a lot of tough competition, as I mentioned before last year and now again this year, before they start league play. Once again in league play, it's a different deal, but they play a lot of heavy competition before the advent of the league gets started for that particular year. And that's just the way Charlie Cleves wants to do it. Make sure they're ready to go by time league play starts. So the throw-in now by Taylor Aguilera. Don't forget our one-stop shop. All you got to do is just go to mrgksports.webs.com. That's mrgksports.webs.com. It's a one-stop shop. Like us, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And, of course, always think about subscribing, because that way you can get all of our digital content. All you got to do is put it all in the capital letters of search of YouTube and subscribe. Back up field, Amy Cervantes towards Lopez, but Lopez could not secure it. Mayo back up field to Smingy. And that pass was intercepted by Zeldin. Rather, that was Espinal that intercepted that pass. 50-50 ball, and winning it is Steele Canyon. Massey Herndon on the deep back. Herndon back onto the soccer ball. Herndon now accelerates a little forward. Gets some help from Hahn. Amelia Hahn now on the soccer ball. Hahn straight up the central as she was trying to set it up for Zeldin on the run. But Zeldin didn't get it. Instead, Ashlyn Dean for the save and the drive upfield. Mayo. Espinal. Pass was intercepted by Mayo. Just saw a touch by Chance York, the sophomore. She's number 4 out there, who was brought up from the JV team a couple of games back in the Bahala match for Galena Hernandez. York trying to get it there, could not. Goes off of the top of her shoulder and upfield now. But here's Smingy in the space to win it. Sending it out wide, but her teammate couldn't get it. Here's Maddie Mayo tracking it back down. Mayo's bumped by Zeldin, bumped again, and it's going to turn out to be a foul. So a free kick by Maddie Mayo. In this 0-0 affair between the Foothillers and Steele Canyon Cougars. Mayo off the free kick. Gets a lot of air onto it. But he goes all the way back to Thompson, and Thompson drives it upfield. Thompson, after a touch there by Herndon, but left it for the Foothillers. And moving up the field, Chance York, and it's knocked out of play. And they say Chance knocked it out. So it's a throw-in by the Cougars in a defensive third. Substitution coming in. We'll mention any of the substitutions as we see them out there on the pitch. That is, if they touch the soccer ball. So the throw-in upcoming for Steele Canyon. Down the right flank. Intercepted by Mia Foster. Edwards gets over and knocks it out of play. Nice play by Trinity Edwards, the senior. So the Foothillers will have the opportunity to throw it in the attacking third as the ball goes down the embankment a little bit. Bree Cooney will throw it in. Cooney down the left flank now, looking for Angarola, and it is out of play, knocked out by the Cougars, so it's going to be a corner kick. So corner kick now upcoming, the first one of the match for the team in blue, the home team, the Foothillers of Grossmont High. Happy to be with you. Rebecca tonight, along with myself, Greg K. Porter. For GK Sports, we're at the game. Corner kick now. The Bender trying to get that one into the back of the net, and in the process, Victoria Ford, maybe she caught that in the bread basket as she was holding the midsection of her body. Amelia Hahn finds her teammate. Zeldin takes a shot and a save. Good play by Dane. Olivia Zeldin had it all teed up, and Zeldin just couldn't put it in the back of the net. they had a good build-up up the field after that corner kick. And a good shot. And Dean is able to get her hands up and make that ball goes over the top of frame. Edwards now. Into the central. They headed out of the central of the area there by Mia Foster and over to the near side and out of play. Good play by Mia Foster to not allow one of the Cougars to get onto that soccer ball. Of course, the Cougars now want to continue to try and see what they can do to try to put one into the back of the net in the attacking third. This is Sailor Alabedis. Throws it in. Interrupted there by Ford, and it goes to Foster, who sends it upfield, but not able to do anything with it was the super freshman. Just having a great season. As Savannah Thompson came over, the senior, and made a big play. Part of her responsibility to keep an eye on Sarah Lopez. Foul into space, and it'll be a free kick now for the Foothillers. About halfway through the first half of action, Victoria Ford will take the free kick, as she does this year most of the time. Victoria Ford. And Ford sends it into spot, but Foster was offside. Mia Foster just creeped a little bit too much before it was actually struck by Victoria Ford. And she was called offside. There's sometimes when they don't catch it, but that time they did. So back upfield, as trying to do something with it is Steele Canyon's Espinal. Makes a nice play and gets it back. Her uncle is, of course, Pablo Espinal. Cutting it inside of Zeldin, and just getting a piece of that was Dean. And not enough of it in that 6-yard box by the striker. And if that would have been the case, as we went back down the field, it would have been 1-0. Favor of the Cougars. That play might be remembered. There's two of them so far, as the save by Dean up high by Zeldin, and then the play she just started right there and not able to get her teammate to put it in the back of the net. Smingy not able to link up with anybody up forward. Here's Espinal. Gets a return pass, but taken away by Mayo. Strong of cleat right there. Standing her ground on the intercept. Lopez gets it now and left foots it. Sarah Lopez can operate with her left and she can operate with her right. And you always have to be aware of which one is she going to control the soccer ball with and which one is she going to take the shot with. Kind of the same thing like Amber Huff. And Amber Huff was a little bit more accurate with one leg over the other. But the other leg was the stronger leg and could drive it from distance. Chance York now, and she's dispossessed. Back up the field are the Cougars. Hahn puts it in some space, trying to get her teammate to continue on with it. And it's out of play. Victoria Ford. There was actually a foul on the play, and Ford is going to take the free kick from her own defensive third in this 0-0 match. Barely, because the Cougars could have had at least one of those goals And then Foothillers, if they weren't offside, you could say it could be 1-1 or maybe even 2-1. So both teams have had chances, quality chances, but not able to convert. Up in the air, and that's going to work against Victoria Ford on the back. So it's a free kick now for the Cougars. Here at Jack Mashin Stadium in El Cajon. Hopefully you're enjoying the action so far. Let's see which direction the Cougars are going to go with the soccer ball. And straight right at Dean, and Dean is able to hold on to the rebound. Thankfully for the Foothillers, otherwise that ball would have been in the back of the net. Dean's made some bang-bang quality plays so far tonight. Been banged up this season, but has tried to make it through the first halves of most of these games this season. So that way she can be available all season long and into the postseason. And the strategy has worked. Her and her teammate, Jamie Gonello, both seniors this year. And that's obviously another part of reason why she has been able to get all the playing time. Of course, she started as the number one goalie last year. And when we have filmed her, but the injury bug started to create a problem for her and not able to finish out the rest of the season, thus entering the fray Jamie Gonello. When Jamie helped them win some postseason games and get them all the way to the semifinal against Rancho Bernardo. Here's Lopez now. Lopez turning, Lopez spinning, Lopez gives it away, and the freshman will get wiser and wiser on how much she should touch that soccer ball and trying to weave her way with it as opposed to finding a teammate to give it up to. All a learning experience at this level this season. Not getting the advantage of playing in the JV. So she'll continue to learn on the fly on senior activity. Or I should say varsity activity. Like as if she was a senior. But she's just a freshman. Going to be around for 3 more seasons. Hopefully for the Foothillers. Maddie Mayo. Upfield. Ford. Left-footed connection was intercepted that time. And back up the way are the Cougars. Bree Cooney feeling that pressure and decides to drive it out of play. Not able to turn around and get it to a teammate. So it's a throw-in for the Cougars as time running down here in the first half. Now flick on, Smingy. Able to connect with it, send it upfield, but it's intercepted. Espinal was contacted on the upper side, in the back of her with Ford, but no call on the play. Espinal now drives it back up field, and then a pass into the central, and not able to continue on even further with it or get a good quality shot. So Ashlyn Dean now with it, and Dean will drive it up field. Goes across midfield, and now Emmy Cervantes with it. Ford. Mayo. Actually touched first by Herrera. And out of play after the throw-in. Here's Smingy. Foster pickpocketed by Scarlett. Samantha Scarlett's pass is intercepted by Ford, but Scarlett goes upfield to try to get it. Can't do it, as Smingy's pass is interrupted. However, Ford tries to secure it, could not do it. Into Central with Espinal. All the way forward, but they're offsides. Herndon just offsides, senior. One of the captains on this team. And Maddie Mayo now for a free kick. Baseball getting into gear now, into high school level. Softball as well. And you saw there in the corner of our picture there, you saw the lacrosse team getting prepared for the upcoming season. As the Foothillers did pretty good last season against Mount Carmel, and they lost in overtime, but they made it into a playoff game against a team who had beat them pretty good during the regular season. Foothillers lacrosse team, and I believe Skylar Schrinkler is going to be on that team this season again. Going down is Ford, and she is holding her ankle area, so a tough collision by Victoria. And she's going to try to gut it out. Victoria, just a sophomore, was a freshman last year. And just like the young freshman Sarah Lopez, took some lumps, learned a lot, and has come back a stronger player this season. Into the Central now, after the rebound, Jaggard able to make the save. Up to the Central, and Mayo is able to intercept it. Here come the Cougars winning possession of it. Trying to go forward with Scarlett, but good play by Cervantes into space now. Here's Angarola all alone. Angarola, and it goes in as a goal. Marissa Angarola getting a goal. She does so much work out there whenever she comes into play, and tonight she gets the benefit of it with a goal into the back of the net. And it is 1-0. So the Foothillers score in the first half. Let's see what they do with the lead. Remember, I said that the Cougars could have been ahead 2-0 with a couple of real quality chances, and they didn't convert. Of course, then you could say also that Mia Foster's goal would have put 2 on the board for the Foothillers. But she seldom is offsides and was offsides that time. So both teams have had chances, but the only one that has counted is the goal by Marissa Angarola. Lopez now. Good first touchdown. Goes off to her left to retrieve it. Lopez, beautiful play. Just gets by Courtney Miller. Lopez still on the soccer ball. Finds Foster off of Herrera and then taken away. Here's Herndon now upfield. Ashley Herndon now. Waiting for that ball to drop, and then Herndon taking a blast at it. Hits the top of the post and ricochets back out upfield. Ashley Herndon nearly made it a 1-1 match. And that's another one that Steele Canyon will remember later on if they are not able to get a draw out of this match or win it. As Herndon, very accurate and just a little bit off Otherwise, they'd have had their first goal of the match out of 3 optimum opportunities. So it's going to be a throw-in now for the Cougars. Very little time left now here in the first half. Foster gets it over to Alexa Gonzalez. Drops it back. Ford to Dean. Dean all the way upfield to Thompson. Intercepts it. And trying it back, or shepherding it back, is Thompson. Back to her keeper, Cassandra Jaggert. Thompson gets it over to Cotter. Cotter to Edwards. As they do their build-up from the defensive third. Early ball and offsides. Foothillers across midfield, but an intercept. Onto it is Scarlett. Her pass to the interior is intercepted. Goes off of Espinal. Ford does get a touch onto it. Out to the wide, and Bree Cooney sends it forward. The attacking third outside the 18, but now here is Alexa Gonzalez on the intercept. As trying to go upfield was the Cougars, and just sends it all the way down to Jaggert. Jaggert drives it past midfield. Checks back up towards their own defensive third, and now Angarola. But it's intercepted on an early ball and not able to get anybody to run onto it. Goes all the way back to Dean, and Dean will drive it upfield. With their team leading 1-0 here at Jack Mashin Stadium in El Cajon. Right down the street from La Mesa. And that's not figuratively there, that is literally. And here is Angarola. Mayo back to Marissa. The give and go back to Maddie Mayo now on the run down the right flank. That went off at Thompson. It did arrive to the central, but they're able to clear it. And here's a shot, and it goes all the way towards the back line, and Jaggert's able to retrieve it. So Jaggert drives it upfield. Mayo. And the player in the space. We don't have her on the roster 25. That's why her name hasn't been mentioned. And she is hobbling a little bit right now. Who knows? She might be a player that just transferred over to Steele Canyon and wasn't on the original roster that we were given. But nevertheless, she has been substituted for on the sidelines right now. Savannah Thompson now off the free kick after the foul. Mayo, it goes back to Smingy. Zeldin tried to get it, could not. Angarola gets the ball over to Lopez, but Lopez cannot keep it in play, and it'll be a throw-in now by Steele Canyon. Mia Foster. And here's a pass to the center to Gonzalez, up forward to Herrera. Herrera now, and tries to continue on a collision. And that's the end of the first half. And the Foothillers will take a 1-0 lead into halftime. Stick with us. And we'll be right back with the second half after these first half highlights. set to get underway here in the second half. It's 1-0, the Foothillers, and they're going from right to left on your video screen in the second half, and left to right is Steele Canyon Cougars. Steele Canyon had some good opportunities in the first half, 2 really quality opportunities, but could not put the goal into the back of the net, and 2 really good quality opportunities for the Foothillers, but they were able to get the goal by Marissa Angarola late in the first half. On the soccer ball is Lopez now, trying to make her move to her left, and she does get it out to her teammate, and that's Cervantes who goes down, and it will be a free kick. So Emmy losing her balance and going down, though, by aid of the player as well. And so it's a free kick now. Victoria Ford will take it. Ford getting instructions on how she should drive the soccer ball. Ford drives it and was a little off target with it. And Mia Foster was about the closest that you saw to it, but there was no hand up. She would have been onside if she got to it. Cassandra Jagger going to start it off. Intercepted by Gonzalez. Nicely done. To the near side. Cooney goes down. Foster, and it is out of play. Actually, take that back. It was a foul on the play. It's a free kick. So the free kick now for Steele Canyon. Intercepted by Mia Foster. Bree Cooney. And it's out of play. So it'll be a throw-in now by Taylor Aguilera, who chases it down. Taylor, a sophomore. Getting it into Gonzalez, who is a junior. Down the right flank, Maddie Mayo, who's a sophomore. Mayo gets a return pass towards the freshman, but she never got to the soccer ball. Trying to secure it was Scarlett. Not able to do so. Here's Cervantes. Near side to Aguilera. Up forward to Cooney, but she tapped it out of play. Herndon now. Always dangerous against the Foothillers, but she sends an errant shot. Just trying to get back to testing the keeper if she gets that opportunity. 1-0, the Foothillers lead here in the second half, early part. Hopefully you're enjoying the match. Hopefully you enjoyed the first half. A lot of good action. Beverage, snack, full meal. Wherever you are in the world watching this one. Angelina Espinal just could not keep it on her cleat now. Herndon now in some space. Finds her teammate. Zeldin takes a shot and puts it in the back of the goal. Beautiful play that time. Herndon started it all off and getting it over to Zeldin. And Zeldin, the finish. And it is 1-1. And the Foothillers, ever since GK Sports has been filming them, has never been able to shut out, keep them off the clean sheet. The team in white, Steele Canyon. On the soccer ball now is Hahn, and then it was taken away by Foster. Here's Lopez. Beautiful job of turning, but she turned too much that time. Gave it away, but Foster able to run onto it. Foster still has it. Back to Lopez now. Lopez now sends a nutmeg, but thankfully for the Cougars, they were able to intercept that soccer ball. Savannah Thompson, and she sends it out of play. Nice nutmeg by Sarah Lopez, but unfortunately for her, a teammate wasn't there. And surely the young freshman will be doing it again as the season moves on towards its conclusion and in the postseason if the Foothillers are to get there. They're looking good so far towards that. And obviously in the next 3 years of high school play for Sarah Lopez, number 1 out there in blue. Here's the free kick now coming up for the Cougars. Down by 1 goal, Maddie Mayo, Angarola, who scored the lone goal of this match for the Foothillers, and then, of course, answered a couple minutes ago by Olivia Zeldin as a 1-1 tie now. There's a nutmeg for the Cougars now, but Mia Foster is able to track back and get to the soccer ball. Up forward, Smingy to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking back for Smingy. She never got it. Good play in the space by Scarlett. And now onto it is Cotter, who was knocked down at the end of the first half. And trying to get it is Zeldin, but she won't be able to, as getting to it first is Ganello. Here is Cervantes. Sending a ball in, attacking third. And Lopez loses her balance and goes down. Throw in now for the Foothillers. Taylor Aguilera will throw it in to Lopez. And Lopez, who is able to keep the attention of the opposition always focused on her. They have her number by now, if they've already played her 1 time so far. And she has to be aware of that. Moving forward, try different things, mix it up. Because when you're a striker, it is the duty of the defenders to make sure that you don't have it easy to try to do what you want to do. You might get fortunate, but their mission is to make it difficult. The more difficult, the better the chances it is for their team, especially if you're a very talented player. Here's number 1 again in Lopez. Thompson and Savannah, the senior, sends it out of play. Not happy with the call. Felt that it was Lopez. But it's going to turn out to be now a throw-in for the Foothillers. Aguilera, Angarola. 50-50 ball, and it goes over towards Gonzalez, but she never got it. Alexa chasing it down, but won't get to it. Goes upfield now to Angarola, who taps it over to Ford. It does wind up on the cleat of Foster, and a save by Jagger. Mia Foster can drive it from distance. Just likes to make plays out there on the pitch. A very good player. And now here's danger now as Zeldin up forward, but getting back there. And a shot and an offside. Herndon just a little bit behind the defender for the Foothillers. And that shot does not count as a goal. So both teams have had one not count as a goal in this match. One in the first half by Foster, and now by Herndon here in the second half. After it looked like they were probably on sides, but they were not. But staying aggressive, both of those two players out there on the pitch. Talking about Herndon and Foster. Angarola. And it'll be a free kick. Herndon and Foster, for their respective teams, integral players in what their team wants to try and accomplish out there on the pitch. Trying to get to it is Ford, and Ford up in the shoulder area is holding it, but play on. And now coming to the soccer ball is Gonzalez, and it's intercepted by Edwards. Back up in some space, but there's Foster. Foster going up to central. She gets that ball to Karam in some dead space there, and winning it back are the Cougars. Back up towards midfield, and now here's Smingy. Kira drives it to the attacking third, but Thompson gets to the space, intercepts it. Down the left flank. Off of Foster's cleat, and now here's Smingy. Waiting for it. Foster trying to get to it and cannot. Espinal now gets it to Zelda, and Zelda takes a shot, and getting a piece of it there was Ganello. Nice job done by Jamie Ganello, seeing that ball was not going to rise up over her head, and she was able to stay with it on the ground and knock it past frame. So it's going to be a corner kick for the team in white, the visitors, Steele Canyon Cougars. In this 1-1 tie, hopefully you're enjoying the match. Cougars coming back with a tie to tie the match here in the second half. Up in the air, not able to get a player in that 6-yard box, but it was touched down by Grossmont. So it'll be a corner kick on the near side of the picture. Don't forget to subscribe to us. It's GK Sports, all in capital letters. Just throw it in the search of YouTube and subscribe. And the corner is not accurate, and so it's a giveaway, a goal kick for the Foothillers. Always want to try to get on a corner kick or set piece, any set piece, trying to get that ball going towards the keeper, and that time the Cougars not able to do it. Matty Mayo with the free kick. Intercepted by Scarlett. Now here's Espinal. But a giveaway to Angarola. Lopez stops the progress of the soccer ball, turns and gives it to Angarola to get a return pass. And stays with it. Angarola sends it back into her own defensive half. So here's Herndon now. He'll take advantage of that. Drops it back. Up forward. Hahn not able to control it. It goes off to Bree Cooney. Cooney down the right flank. Sent all the way back up to Smingy. And intercepted into space. Nicely done by Thompson. Senior knowing when to advance forward. Smingy knows how to do that as well, and she's not even a senior. And Smingy, just a great player. Kira Smingy now continues, and that ball is going to be in favor of the Cougars. And a foul on Kira Smingy in her zest to make that move that she likes to do during the course of a game, weaving her way. Players just not expecting her to take the ball coast to coast, I'll call it. But she will do that. Has done it for a goal. After the throw-in, here is Herndon. Heel pass. Try to retrieve that heel pass, but it was out of play. Too close to the touch line. So Bree Cooney will throw it in. However, there are substitutions occurring right now. as Gonzalez comes out of the match. Tula Payan is into the match now, 17 in blue. And the throw in to Victoria Ford now. And Ford sends it all the way to the central. And the center defender is able to send that ball back to midfield. Herndon not going to get the return pass. But Espinal, who's a good midfielder, controls the pace. And what happens at that midfield for Steele Canyon? Cotter. Victoria Ford on the intercept. Looks for Foster. On the run, Foster's pass is intercepted by Edwards. Cervantes. Smingy trying to shield off Hahn. And it's a foul against the senior. It'll be a free kick. Victoria Ford likes to do the free kicks. And by virtue of how successful she is at them, she will continue to do the bulk of the free kicks. 1-1 match here in the second half. Victoria Ford off of a good service towards the 18, and it's intercepted. But the Foothillers have it now. Tula Payan and the save. 1-1 is your score out here in El Cajon. Jack Mashin Stadium, the campus of Grossmont High School. And now up forward, Hahn trying to make the move, and it's going to turn out to be a yellow card against Kira Smingy. So Smingy's coming off the pitch. First yellow card of the match by either team. And as both the tandem refs write the number down, it's going to be a free kick for Steele Canyon. Let's see what they do with the free kick here. And this one is up high, but no problem for Ganello. And Jamie will get it going down the field. Our team knotted up in a 1-1 tie with Steele Canyon, a team that seems to always give the Foothillers problems. We have not been able to see them beat the Cougars yet in the 2 seasons that they played them. Right now they are knotted up in a 1-1 tie. Going to be a foul now in the space against Steele Canyon. Mia Foster will set it up. Ford is not going to take this one. Maddie Mayo will wait for her teammates to set up and gets a lot of air on the soccer ball. Off of a bounce now, but they were offside. So the free kick now coming up for the team in white, Steele Canyon. From this Grossmont Hills League for 2018-2019. Greg K. Porter, happy to be with you. With Rebecca, my cameraman. And to the midfield. As Foster tried to get to it, could not. So now here's a great opportunity, and Zeldin, a good shot. But Ganello, going to her left, is able to make the save. Nice play by Jamie Ganello. Zeldin has scored the lone goal for him. And in her bid to try to get the second one, Ganello made sure that didn't happen. And she had beat the defenders. They were right there, about a step behind her, but enough to allow her to get that shot. Going to be a throw-in now for the Foothillers. Maddie Mayo will throw it in the attacking third. It's intercepted now. Angelina Espinal drops it back. Brie Cooney on the intercept. Cervantes trying to get to it. She does, and sends it right towards the keeper, Jaggard, but she makes the save. Off of Mia Foster. Pass Zeldin. Mayo's pass intercepted. Nicely done by Scarlett. And coming off her line is Godello, because coming right at her was Herndon. Or actually, that was Amelia Hahn coming right at her. Just able to get to that soccer ball first. Ganello makes the types of plays you need to have in the second half, because you know the other team is going to try and put more pressure on you. Ganello has the height to rob passes, or I should say shots headed towards the top part of the frame, but has enough quickness to get to the soccer ball when you need her to get to it if the defenders are beat. And especially when you're dealing with Steele Canyon and they were just offsides. Herndon was just a fraction of a step offsides that time. Herndon has had her fun being able to beat the Foothillers in the season from last season, and hasn't been able to score this season, or I should say tonight, but she has had her fun playing on GK Sports against the Foothillers. And a foul on the play going against Zeldin, so now it's going to be Samantha Scarlett setting it up. And the senior sets it up for Trinity Edwards, the other senior teammate. Edwards in the central, but Smingy gets to the soccer ball first. And now it's partially intercepted. Going after it is Angarola now. And 50-50 ball won by Espinal. But she sent it away to Foster. Foster now trying to get that space and gets it over to Tula Payan. To Maddie Mayo now. Mayo has speed. Maddie Mayo still on the soccer ball, tries to cut it back, and Cotter will draw the foul. So it's a free kick now for the Foothillers, as they are in the attacking third right now. And Victoria Ford will take the honors of the free kick. 1-1 match. A good, exciting one here in El Cajon, campus of Grossmont High. Grossmont and Steele Canyon off the free kick, and trying to get in the back of the net. Did it go past the line? It did, and it's a goal! Emmy Cervantes able to put it into the back of the net, and it is 2-1. So Cervantes, a beautiful play, Johnny on the spot after the save, and it all got started by the free kick. Victoria Ford again being well with the free kick, accurate with the free kick. You saw her this season on a grass cutter be able to score on it. And you've seen her be able to serve that ball. That's been a trademark on GK Sports for the last year plus. To be able to find a player, Amber Huff doing it last season, and now it is Victoria Ford. Getting that ball perfectly where her teammates can convert into the back of the net. Free kick now for Steele Canyon, down 2-1. And a good setup intercepted by Smingy at the last moment. But they're going to get another second ball. And a shot and a save by Ganello. Beautiful shot that time by Zeldin. And a save by Ganello. That was a big save. And again, Dean and Ganello have made some good saves. Real critical saves as well in this match. And that is the reason why the Foothillers are ahead 2-1. And if they're to win it, it will be in no small part by the big saves by Dean and Ganello. Here's Giselle Cordes to throw it in. Cordes off Zeldin. Zeldin stays with it now. But she gave it right away to Gonzalez. But winning it back was Steele Canyon. But in the back, Victoria Ford. But they do get it back. But nobody's able to make the run, and a save by Ganello. Not a lot of time left in this one here at Jack Mashin Stadium. And if you're a Foothiller fan, can they hold on? This slim 2-1 lead. Practically every match, in fact, every match that the Foothillers have played, the Cougars on GK Sports, they've given up at least 2 goals. And in order to win this match, they've got to not give up 2 goals tonight. Here's Hahn. Intercepted. Over to Mayo. Her pass intercepted on the return there by Cordes into space and driven out of play by the Foothillers. So it'll be a throw-in. Don't forget our one-stop shop. All you got to do is just go to mrgksports.webs.com. And you'll see that we have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Follow the conversation. Join us on the social media platforms. And you will be able to know exactly what we're up to as far as the company, GK Sports. Soon, MRGK Sports will turn into the Facebook page. Will turn into, well, the website will turn into gksports.com, and it will have all of the little symbols for you to be able to subscribe and follow the conversation or like us. Ball out of play now for the Cougars, and they'll throw it in from the far side touchline. It is 2-1 match. The home team enjoying the slim lead. Weaving her way, Espinal drops it off. Gets over towards Herndon, but she couldn't get all of the soccer ball. Her teammate was able to clean it up, and then an intercept now and sent upfield by the newcomer this year, Bree Cooney. And I say the newcomer, Bree Cooney, a freshman. So she being a freshman onto this team for the first time. Just like Sarah Lopez. Espinal into space. Cooney on the intercept. Says a great bit of finding some successful players to put on this team for Fernando Ramos, Nick Ager, Megan Long, the coaching staff for the Foothillers of Grossmont. Cervantes on the soccer ball. Emmy now still on the soccer ball on the wing, and it is still in play. Nicely done in the back by Steele Canyon. And a shot and a save made by Jaggard. Ball upfield. Collision. Going down is Ford. Smingy has it. No call, of course, on that play. Ford sends it across midfield. To Angarola, who scored one of the 2 goals tonight. Kind of an uncommon thing to see Angarola score and Cervantes score in this match.
Oh, yeah?
But that has been the case tonight.
My niece is good like that, too.
Zeldin drops it to the central. Failed to mention that Jory Hayes, who has given the Foothillers a lot of problems, is injured and not able to play tonight. And that has been one of the reasons why the Foothillers have had some success tonight. But then again, the Foothillers do not have Jennifer Giovingo as well. So you can pretty much cancel that one out. Some may say that Jory Hayes is a better player than Giovingo, but Giovingo does a lot of things in the attack for the Foothillers that make them successful, and she is not available to be out there on the pitch and may not be available in the game on Friday as well against West Hills. But hopefully next week, come Monday, she'll be able to play for the Foothillers and get them going against the Sultans of Santana, whom gave the Foothillers problems last year and able to beat the Foothillers last season over at Santana High School. And a collision. Smingy has to be careful on that collision. It's going to turn out to be a free kick, and Smingy, who already has a yellow card, very fortunate not to get a red card on that particular play. She's so good in the back for the Foothillers that really can't afford for her to come out and they play one player less. A decided advantage for Steele Canyon. And a shot and a save by Gonello. Very little time left to go in this match. Jamie Gonello will drive it downfield. 2-1. Grossmont leads. Cotter drives it back. Gets it to Cordes. Espinal. Now on the cleat of Foster. Cotter trying to go with it forward, but couldn't get far with it as it was partially deflected. But now here's Espinal. Finds space, but gives it away to Gonzalez. And up forward, Danielle Dees trying to run it down. Won't get there first as the keeper gets there first. Knocked out of play by Mia Foster, not allowing that ball to get behind her. So it's a throw in now. Steele Canyon. Trinity Edwards. In some space. Scarlett trying to make the move, and she was dumped. Espinal after the free kick. And a rebound given up by Gonella, but she's able to get to it before Hernan can get to it. In his 2-1 affair here in El Cajon, Jack Mashin Stadium in the campus of Grossmont High. Enjoying a rare, in the last 2 seasons, a rare lead over Steele Canyon this late in the match. And the team that did pretty well last season and has done well every season in the past 5 or 6 when it comes to the postseason. They are a open division team, and that's now 2 divisions higher than the Foothillers, as Grossmont was Division I last season and dropped down to Division II this season. Here's Elizabeth Cotter. Her pass is intercepted by Victoria Ford. Ford's pass is intercepted. And it goes forward by Espinal, but running onto it is Maddie Mayo. Mayo's attempted pass is broken up. Nicely done in the space by Scarlett. Scarlett is dropped, and it is going to be a yellow card against Maddie Mayo, who has to come off the pitch. And Mayo, with all of her speed, is going to affect the scenario right now. As Trinity Edwards sets it up for a free kick. Lexa Gonzalez into the match. Danielle Dees. Lexa Gonzalez told to move over a little bit. Edwards now takes it and bends it up and knocked away. And she was able to get it. It came down and right back to her. Boy, you got to love the synthetic turf. Would have been a different story on natural surface. Two to one, the Foothillers of Grossmont. Espinal now. Into the space, trying to do something with it. Was Zeldin. Her pass was intercepted. Smingy now. And that ball upfield. Foothillers will probably get Maddie Mayo back into the match when they get a chance. Here's Lopez now. Lopez into the central. It's taken away. Here's Espinal now. Angelina sends the ball to the central and couldn't get it out wide enough as Ford all the way back towards Cordes, and upfield intercepted by Cooney, the freshman. And now it's over towards Angarola, and it turns out to be a foul and a free kick now for the Foothillers.
There you go. I feel you. You know what we're burning up?
Only 3 seniors on this Foothiller team. 2 of them are keepers, and the other is Marissa Angarola. And that shot saved by Jagger. And the only one who could score goals in the back of the net, because usually they don't play out on the pitch, at least not this season, as Chance York is into the match. Marissa Angarola, the senior, out of the 3, putting it in the back of the net. Helping the senior leadership, because her teammates, her senior teammates have done a great job back in the between the pipes. And now here's danger. Shot over the top of frame. Herndon all alone on sides. Just drove the ball over the top of frame and not able to bend the ball away from Gonello. And that would have been a better play, and not able to make it that time, where the decision was that she could maybe beat Gonello up top, and that is not something that happens too often with Jamie Gonello. And so the ball just rides over the top of frame. Maddie Mayo, as I mentioned, is right back into the match and will take the goal kick. Sophomore just too valuable for the Foothillers. Down the left flank. Kirat Smingy. And that ball is out of play. Smingy, along with Maddie Mayo, both having the yellow cards right now. It's been a long time since there's been 2 yellow cards against the Foothillers in a match. At least a few games. Backtracking, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the way in this one, as both of those young ladies cannot afford another card, as they will be out of the match. And their value is very, very high, and the Foothillers cannot afford it. Surely they know it. But then again, Steele Canyon, they're going to continue to play hard. And that's where the situations get created. Edwards into the central. Smingy doesn't get to it. Ford gets to it instead. Ford's been a little banged up in this match, but is hung tough. Sent forward by Hahn. Matty Mayo now. Drives it down the left flank. Lopez trying to get to the soccer ball. Wasn't able to get to it, but then gets it back from Mayo. It's taken away, but here's Mia Foster. Foster down the left flank now, but nobody is there. It whizzed by Sarah Lopez. Just about a minute and some change left to go in this match. Can the Foothillers hang on to this 2-1 victory? Mia Foster now. Double teamed. Foster still holds her balance. Foster takes a shot from distance. Saved by the keeper, Cassandra Jaggard. And after the header, Karam back in the wrong direction for the Foothillers, but cleaned up quickly by Smingy. Steele Canyon, they know they have to get this ball in play quickly and take advantage of the ball on the pitch. In his 2-1 affair goes by, and that's going to do it. The final score, the Foothillers able to beat Steele Canyon for the first time in 2 seasons, 2-1. And getting the goals by 2 players they normally don't have the goals by. That was Angarola in the first half and Emmy Cervantes in the second half. And it was Olivia Zeldin getting the lone goal for Steele Canyon. So long from Jack Mashon Stadium in El Cajon. Bye now.